It's me again. As promised, this is part two of our monster series where we have to sort of try and survive like the other person. And this week, it's my turn, Rachel's turn, to try and be Melanie. And we're going to see how that goes. All right, enjoy the episode.
Inconsistently consistent.
Yeah, so have you ever seen the show Supernatural?
Not really.
Because I was thinking of a monster from that,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Okay, so you are going to be playing Melania
Yeah.
in this scenario. So you
Oh.
are trying to pilot the playable character,
Yeah.
me,
Okay.
Melania, in
Okay.
this one. And we'll see if you can get her to survive. Or at least see like how long. And just like regular horror movies, when the daylight starts, you'll probably be safe, right?
Yeah.
Right? You got to try to make it the night.
Yes.
Okay. So you have recently rented a place
Okay.
with you and your roommate Raquel.
Okay.
And it's an old house.
Mm-hmm.
You got a good rate, and the landlord was some creepy old guy, bald head, likes to do a toothpick in the mouth thing, and he's that type, right? Wears overalls as well, but not in a cool way.
Okay.
He was like a little creepy,
Mm-hmm.
but not in a like sexually creepy way, in like a old weird guy in a horror movie. Says some like strange things, but could just be a weird sense of humor.
Okay.
And you got it at a really good rate because he really needed to rent it quickly.
Okay.
And so you guys move in. This is like maybe like your third or fourth night staying there. And like you've noticed every night there's kind of like some weird noises, some creaking. Like it's an old house though. Kind of like gusty, windy type of noises, but like it could just be old house, and like it has been a little windy the past few days. And you notice when like waking up, there's kind of like things out of place. Not like full paranormal activity style with like all the cupboards are open.
Okay.
Or, well, you are Melania and she does have ADHD, so maybe she's left all the cupboards open at some point and not remember that she's done it.
Okay. Yeah, that's very possible. Yeah.
But so Melania's noticed like some things are out of place. And like Raquel says, I didn't do it. But Melania's also like, forgetful me. I do misplace things sometimes. Right? What's been happening? And you're kind of like, it's kind of creepy.
Okay.
And you've been having some weird dreams.
Okay.
So this is taking place on like the fourth night you're there. You've slept there 3 nights so far. You're really excited about having a good rate, though. It's really like good. It's a good prime location, even though it's not the best upkept house or like. And the landlord was a little creepy, but he's like a leave you alone type though.
Okay.
So night 4 that you're there.
Okay.
It's like dark and you're getting ready for bed.
Okay.
And you hear noises downstairs because you're in upstairs bedrooms.
Okay.
And it's like creaking, but not like wind on an old house, more like pressure on a creaky wooden floor.
Okay.
And you hear some furniture move, like someone like pull out a chair or something, like sliding across the floor.
Okay.
What would you like to start with and do or not do?
So, as Melania,
Yes, get into character.
I am going to text Raquel
Mm.
and ask her if she is moving any furniture.
And she's potentially just in another room. I
Yeah.
don't know if you know where she is
Yeah. I'm just going to
in the
ask
house, but
her,
she is
like,
home.
yeah. I'm going to ask her, like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, any chance that you're moving furniture? Because I can hear it.
So Raquel texts you back and says, can't talk right now, playing Dead by Daylight. And you know she plays on her gaming system in her room, which
Okay.
is like across the hall from you on the same floor.
Okay. Okay.
What would you like to do now?
Um,
Like you can still hear the creaking of like moving around, but like it's not like a constant drag
mhm,
of furniture or anything. And you don't know for sure it's furniture, but it's kind of like reminds you of like if someone was gonna like pull the table, like
mhm.
the dining room table or something, like to move it across the floor and then like for a couple of seconds then stop. Like if you're just rearranging furniture.
Okay.
So there shouldn't be anybody else there. We're going to assume for this scenario, I guess Hexa and Spinelli will also be
Okay.
alive and in this and will be unharmed by the end of this because I will not, I'll do people murders, not animal murders.
Yeah.
And by that, I don't mean in real life.
Disclaimer,
I
we
don't
do
mean I do
not
those
murder.
things.
We
I
don't
mean
murder people.
in fiction and in real life. But like in
Yes.
fiction, when I'm writing things, I
Yes.
will not
Yeah.
kill off
Yeah.
an animal
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. 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 We got
Yeah,
it. We got it. We got
they're safe.
it. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're still hearing stuff move around downstairs.
Hmm.
It sounds too big to be like a whole table being moved
Hmm.
is what it sounds like, or like large
Okay.
furniture. Obviously, our cats are not strong enough to do
Hmm.
such a thing. Hopefully,
Hopefully.
yeah. So you've you've texted her. What would you like to do now, if anything? And remember, get in character,
I know.
Melania.
I'm trying because.
And you can talk it out loud. What would you like? What's your instinct to do? And then what do you think Melania would actually do?
My instinct,
Mm.
what the parasites in me want to do, is want to slowly creep down the stairs and see if I can see anything
Mm-hmm.
while holding a weapon of some sort, like a bat,
This doesn't sound
perchance.
like a Rachel thing. This sounds like a Melanie thing. It already sounds better. Okay, so
Because
what?
I have a bat next to my bed
Mm,
and a
okay.
tactical knife in my nightstand.
Mm-hmm. You also have like one of those big tactical flashlights that like is
Yes.
made of metal on the outside, and you could kill a person with that if you
And
clock them hard enough.
for extraness, I also have a tactical shovel.
Real life Melanie does not have a tactical shovel, but
Not yet.
you know, ideally, I would love to have a tactical
Yes.
shovel. What would I use it for? Not a damn thing, but I
Tactical
like it.
things, obviously.
So, what? So, like, you were getting ready for bed, obviously, pajamas
Hmm.
is the scenario. So, as you know, you can decide what those pajamas are as you're playing this character as if it's a video game style,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
You got to choose and customize your character, but the character is Melania.
Okay.
Um, you can take or do whatever you like, and I'll tell you what's happening.
Okay. So I am going to put on socks
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to I'm like just starting to get into my pajamas, so I'm gonna stop.
Mm-hmm. So what are you wearing?
So I am currently
That's the only
wearing
time that's ever been asked non-sexually.
What are you wearing?
So what have you put on my character that is me?
So I have put on, I have on my black leggings,
Hmm.
and I have a black sports bra on,
It's like you know me.
and a black t-shirt,
Hmm.
and I'm going to put on a pair of black socks.
The socks are actually kind of colorful. Just
Okay,
like
I'm gonna put
just
on
so
my
now you know.
rainbow socks because, you know.
Okay, now let's not get crazy about
Okay, I'm gonna put on my blue socks because,
it.
you know.
But also, Melanie is dressed always for like a goth club or
Mhm.
to like pull a B&E. She's
Yeah.
not gonna do it, but like in a tactical scenario, being dressed all in black might be helpful.
As Jenna Marbles once said, I have 3 looks and that's it.
Yeah, I don't have 3 looks.
Melanie has 2. I
It's like
currently have 1 at the
night out
moment.
goth or comfy goth.
I have 1 at the moment, which is Trash Goblin. So
Hmm.
I'm going to grab my tactical shovel, my tactical knife, my baseball bat, my tactical flashlight.
Okay, where are you gonna store all these things?
I have a tactical belt,
On your tactical leggings?
my tactical leg.
Let me guess, it's black leather.
They've got like they're kind of like Laura Croft-esque style with the pockets and stuff. So like knife is in one, shovel's kind of over the shoulder,
Hmm.
bat is tucked under the arm. No, shovel strapped to the back because I have a tactical rope that I tie the shovel to.
Okay, this is going better than me just picturing you playing me, just picking up a bunch of stuff and being like, I'm so tactical right now. I have my arms full of weapons, but I can't use any because my arms are full. This is going better than I thought.
So I'm gonna
Oh
tie
my
the
god.
shovel to my back with my tactical rope. I'm going to put my tactical knife in my tactical pocket. And I'm going to hold my bat.
Which is not a tactical
It's not
bat,
a
it's just a
tactical
sport
bat.
bat.
I
Just a
asked for that
regular
for
regulation
my
softball bat.
birthday, so I'm waiting to get my tactical bat. And I'm going to slowly kind of tippy toe out of my room
Mm-hmm.
to the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sit down on my butt, and I'm kind of going to like scooch down the stairs like we used to do when we were kids.
Mm-hmm. And because you're Melania, you will know where all the squeaks are
Mm-hmm.
because they will have annoyed the hell out of you for the
Yes.
past 4 days.
Yes.
And you might have told off Rachel for stepping on all of them.
I have told Raquel off multiple times for stepping on the squeaks,
Oh yes,
especially
I'm
when
sorry,
she
Raquel.
comes especially when she comes home late at night from being a hoe.
Okay. So you get to the top of the stairs. You
Mhm.
manage to avoid the squeaky floorboards because it is
Mhm.
like squeaky, creaky wood,
Mhm.
old stuff.
Mhm.
You get to the top of the stairs and you see that there is uh like everything in the house should be pitch black.
Mhm.
That's what you went to bed knowing. And you knew that you have locked all the doors
Mhm.
and you keep all the windows locked and you bitch at Raquel,
Mhm.
who I don't mix up with Rachel.
No, definitely not. They're not the same person. Who is she? Who knows?
uh, for if she leaves things unlocked,
Mhm.
right? Because you're a paranoid bitch.
Yes.
Um, so you know that everything should be dark,
Mhm.
but you see a faint glowing light, like not full on, like all the lights on style, but there's some type of light that's
Mhm.
stationary
Mhm.
that you can see from the kitchen, which is an open concept thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doors to get to the kitchen. It's
Mm-hmm.
off of the living room area, which you can see down into the living room from the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's what you're noticing. You're not hearing the noises anymore.
Okay.
You're just seeing some type of bluish, glowy light,
Okay.
stationary.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to look around the living room area.
So, have you gone down the stairs?
I'm scooting down the stairs on my butt, but I am not leaving the stairs yet.
Okay, so as you scoot down the stairs on your butt, your tactical shovel is going to scrape the stairs.
Okay. So, what I'm going to do
So it
when I
scraped on the first one, and then you're noticing it.
So what I'm going to do then is swing it so the tactical shovel is facing me. So it and angle it so it doesn't hit the stairs.
So now it's blade up towards your head.
It's like kind of blade like shovel part up towards my head, but I'm like it's tied in a way that it's not going to smack me in the face.
Is it still on your back?
No, I've moved it to the front.
You have a shovel. The front of the shovel, the blade of the shovel is by your face
Yes.
on your front. So you've got like a baby. What
I'm
is that?
baby carrying the tactical shovel.
Yes,
I'm tactically carrying the tactical baby shovel,
with a tactical rope.
the tactical rope on my tactical t-shirt in my tactical house.
And where's your bat?
My bat, I'm holding it.
Okay, so now it's uncomfortable the way you're
Mm-hmm.
moving, but you're not gonna make any noise with the shovel. But you do need to be careful with the stairs because creaky old wood
Yes.
and creaky old banister, narrow stairs.
Mm-hmm.
So you may continue with minimal sound
Okay.
to get to the bottom of the stairs, and you're no change in what's around you.
Okay.
Have you
So
brought your tactical phone?
I have my tactical phone
Yeah, in one of the tactical pockets.
and my tactical leggings. Yes.
Yes, yes. And as a tactical person, you can just shorten it to tack.
Okay.
You know these things as
Yes.
Melania.
Yes.
Okay. So, what is Melania's take on why there's a light?
So first thing is Melania thinks that Raquel thought it was funny to put a blue light in the kitchen as a ha ha funny joke
Mm-hmm.
because she saw a TikTok about pranking your roommates with lights trying to pretend that it's a ghost or some shit.
But so obviously, Melania, being a paranoid bitch, is like,
Mhm.
I will be prepared even if it's a prank, or maybe
Mhm.
it's not a prank, and I have my tactical equipment with
I
me.
am tactically prepared, or as the
Mm-hmm.
kids call it, I am tack prepared.
Okay. And so you didn't tell Raquel you were going to do this, though.
No.
Because we can't go back in time.
She's busy playing Dead by Daylight. Like I'm not
Okay.
gonna bug her.
Mm-hmm.
I can
So
hear
you're at
her yelling at the killer, calling the killer a whore, and that their mom's a whore, and their mom never loved them, and she hopes they step on every single Lego they ever come across. She hopes that, and whenever they flip the pillow over,
mm.
that side of the pillow is never cold. The microwave doesn't heat the food properly. All the things.
Okay, so that's a good point. That you have a problem upstairs making noise. Great job pointing that out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So you've got noise behind you. That is your roommate, as far
Yes.
as you can tell. Right?
Yes.
It sounds like your roommate. It's
Mm-hmm.
normal roommate behavior.
Mm-hmm.
You've got weird light
Mm-hmm.
in the kitchen to your left that you
Mm-hmm.
can't see really far into right yet.
Mm-hmm.
But you're at the bottom of the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
There's no noises you can hear at the moment
Mm-hmm.
besides Raquel fuming.
Mm-hmm.
And the light is steady and has not changed.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
So I'm going to.
I can already tell this is not a Melania choice. The laughing gives it away. It's, I'm about to do something stupid.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly remove my tactical shovel from my tactical rope off my tactical shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to place it on the ground
Mm. That is metal. Are you doing this
slowly.
carefully? Yeah,
I'm doing it
carefully.
very carefully.
Mm-hmm. You still have a wood, like everything's hardwood,
Mm-hmm.
creaky old floor. So you have to be careful.
Yes. I'm going to, in one of my other pockets, I'm going to take out a tactical bouncy ball.
You did not bring that with you from the room.
You
That's
don't know.
not
It's
included in your
in
pants.
my pockets,
It
okay?
was not included in your pocket.
Okay, well, I'm going to take the tactical rope
Mm-hmm.
and I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to kind of toss it.
Okay, because if you want me to give you an inventory of what you have that you've brought, I can give you that.
Oh, what do I have then?
You have tactical flashlight, tactical shovel,
Mm-hmm.
non-tactical, just sports regulation softball bat.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it to you that it's a metal one though.
Okay.
And you have your tactical phone,
Mm-hmm.
a tactical rope, and you have a tactical knife, which is a foldy one, because you put it in your pocket. And I'm gonna assume that Melania wouldn't stab herself
Who
on
knows?
at
Maybe
least
she wouldn't do it on.
not on purpose.
I was gonna say she wouldn't do it on purpose. She'd do it on
Well, not
accident.
accidentally. She might
Yeah,
actually do it on purpose.
yeah,
It might be, a stick your arm in the mouth of a werewolf scenario. Who knows,
maybe.
right?
Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm actually going to take off one of my socks very
Interesting.
slow,
Okay.
very slowly,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm kind of gonna like chuck the sock in the direction of the light.
Okay, so you can chuck it basically into the kitchen because
Mm-hmm.
the kitchen is like open, not open concept fully, but like
Mm-hmm.
there's like an open area to get into it. It's like the
Mm-hmm.
size of a door frame, but there's no door there, right? Just like kind
Mm-hmm.
of like a wall there. So you can kind of see a counter
Okay.
from where you are at, but you
Okay.
can't see around the corner because you're kind of back from where you would turn. It's like
Okay.
you have to go forward and then like make an L shape to get to it.
Okay. I'm gonna
So you
toss the
can
sock.
throw it in at the counter, and the blue light is coming toward that counter
Okay.
from like back where you can't see where it's originating from.
Okay. So I'm gonna throw it towards the counter and see if the light reacts.
Uh, you can see that it like the sock caused a shadow as it flew,
Mm-hmm.
but the light didn't react in any other way besides being a light shining in that direction that was, interrupted slightly by the sock, only with this creating a shadow.
Okay.
And your sock lands on the counter.
Okay. I'm
Very
gonna wait.
unsanitary.
I'm gonna wait. I mean, it's fine. Raquel doesn't care. I'm gonna,
Um,
I'm gonna wait a little bit just to see.
and what are you seeing? Like what are you waiting
I'm just
for?
waiting to see if there's going to be a noise, some type of reaction to a sock being thrown.
Hmm. You hear not from that area. So in front of you, you are kind of like down opening into like the open living room, and there's the front door.
Mm-hmm.
And then to your left, from where you're standing, because you're facing the front door
Mm-hmm.
from the base of the stairs, the left is the kitchen. And then if you had looped around the stairs to like
Mm-hmm.
face with your back toward the front door, you get to the other parts of the downstairs of the house.
Mm-hmm.
So you hear from that area, which is technically behind you,
Mm-hmm.
um, but the stairs are to your back, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, you hear what you were hearing upstairs. So like the creaking of what you assume is it's like wood sound, so it's probably the floor potentially. Could be
Mhm.
the wind on the old house, who knows?
Mhm.
Um, and you hear some like movement of something scraping against something else, but it's not consistent. So like it moves, like something moves, and then it might stop for 15, 20 seconds or something, and then it might move something else, but it's not like there's no pattern to it.
Okay. You said that's upstairs?
Now it's on the floor with you.
Oh, okay. It's on the floor
It's
with me.
but
Okay.
it's the rooms that are behind the stairs, because
Okay.
in the area you're in, you're in the living room area, and the living room is like porch area as well for the front door, and the kitchen is to your left.
Okay. So now I know it's definitely not Raquel.
And so the light and the sounds are two
Mhm.
different areas, and you can still
Yes.
hear Raquel periodically
Mhm.
saying some very offensive things
Mhm.
to fictional characters,
Yes.
and then potentially hitting on Daddy Loomis. I'm just saying, this is
Anyways,
what you hear.
I know. I just had to take a moment for Daddy Loomis. Sorry.
Melania doesn't have moments for Daddy Loomis.
No, but Rachel
she
had
has
to take.
she doesn't have tactical moments.
Mhm.
Okay, not for Daddy Loomis.
No.
She's a
Okay.
tactical bitch, or
Okay.
tack bit, as the kids say.
Tack bit. Okay. So I'm going to slowly, oh so slowly, pick up my tactical shovel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to then slowly, oh so
Still
slowly.
unsure why you untied rope and took off shovel to throw a sock.
Listen, Melania is a mysterious creature. She does strange things.
So you're leaving the rope.
No, I'm taking the rope with me.
Okay, is it being retied? What are you doing with it?
Yes, I'm retying the tactical shovel with my tactical rope to my tactical shirt
On the back or the front?
on the back
Mm-hmm.
because I'm going to slowly stand up
And your bat is.
in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to slowly, because I know where all the creaks are on the floor,
Yep.
kind of make my way slowly towards the noise.
So you're gonna leave the light.
Yes.
Okay. So you're not gonna go past the opening to the kitchen to be able to know what that light was.
No.
So you're going to like turn, like basically full U-turn
Mm-hmm.
toward the back of the house,
Mm-hmm.
where there's kind of like a sunroom, greenhousey style, windowy place,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, like an old style dining room
Okay.
that has a door that will connect with the kitchen,
Okay.
but it's like not something you could see straight through to the kitchen without opening that door, because
Mm-hmm.
typically it's left closed.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now you have one sock and one bare foot, so you are kind of having a sticking sound with your foot that is unsocked,
Mm-hmm.
but it is very quiet
Yeah.
because you're being careful.
Yes.
So there's no change to the sounds as
Okay.
you're approaching.
Okay.
What would you like to do? Are you going to keep going? You going to change anything about what you're doing?
I'm gonna keep going.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you go, and it's a like large open space
Mm-hmm.
that you're going into.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that basically there's nothing blocking in this. It's just mostly open concept area. There's furniture
Mm-hmm.
in it, but
Mm-hmm.
that's it. So you go and you end up seeing, because it's dark in this area,
Mm-hmm.
a dark figure,
Mm-hmm.
a large dark figure
Mm-hmm.
that is probably at least a foot taller than you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you can't pick out features. You
Mm-hmm.
can tell that it's broad,
Mm-hmm.
like wide width. It's
Mm-hmm.
definitely like maybe at least a foot taller, maybe 2 feet taller.
Mm-hmm.
And it is like matching up with the sound. So when you're hearing a creak, you're seeing this darker shape than the dark room, move.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
So I am going to ever so oh so slowly back up a
Mhm.
little bit.
Mhm.
I'm going to take out my tactical phone
Mhm.
and I'm going to text my roommate and say, there is something down here in the house. Turn off your game and be quiet, please.
That was the nicest Melania's ever sounded in that kind of scenario.
Yes.
Um, so you're still standing.
Hmm.
You are backed up a bit, but you didn't specify where you backed up.
I just said I backed up a little bit from where I came, just like, like popped her in reverse and kind of just.
Are you in the room with the figure?
I I mean, I saw the figure, but I did just back up a little bit.
Are you in the same room as the figure right now
No,
where you've backed up?
no.
No. Okay. So you took out a phone, light shone on your face.
Mm-hmm.
You press the buttons,
Mm-hmm.
the little touch screen buttons to
Mm-hmm.
type.
Mm-hmm.
You typed a message that was the full sentence.
Mm-hmm.
You are hearing something coming towards you, and it is no longer slow creaking. It is footsteps, and it's coming, getting louder, coming towards you, and you can feel vibrations in the floor,
Okay.
especially on your one bare foot.
Okay.
Um, but there's no other sounds. Like there's no sounds of like the movement of furniture. There's no sounds of uh, anything else. Uh, you didn't have your phone on silent, so there was a clicky clicky of the keyboard.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what would you like to do in this quick time before we got a quick time event until dawn style?
Oh God, stress.
Something coming towards you. What would you like to do with anything you have or what you're doing right now?
Okay, I'm gonna shove my
Think
phone
about
in.
your problems.
I'm gonna shove my phone in the pocket. For
Mm,
turn on silent. Shove it in
good.
my tactical pocket.
Is it still vibrating? A bowl?
No,
Okay.
I'm going to kind of very quickly but quietly
Mm,
see if I can duck around the stairs, and I'm gonna ready my bat.
okay. And is that the only thing you have out in your hands?
My other hand is hovering over the pocket, the tactical pocket where the tactical knife is.
Okay. You're gonna one hand the softball bat.
We're gonna see what happens. It might be like a take the knife out, throw it, then bash it, but we'll see.
Mm. Remember, it's a foldable knife.
Yes, but take the knife, unfold it, throw it,
Yeah.
then bash. We'll see.
Yeah. So I hope you have so much respect for how my brain works now. Because I have this, I've been putting this on silent. I didn't pull out a screen that glows on my face.
Mhm.
Okay, so noise is still coming,
Mhm.
right? The
Mhm.
thump, 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 footsteps,
Mhm.
right? Is what you're assuming.
Mhm.
And it, everything still dark, no light besides the kitchen right
Mhm.
now.
Mhm.
But um, you have gone, are you up the stairs or are you at the base of the stairs? What?
I'm like around the staircase. I didn't go up the stairs.
Okay. And you are like bracing
Yes.
for like prepared.
Yeah.
Okay. Going so much better for you already. Yeah. So this figure gets closer, and as it's getting closer, obviously you're in a house that is not in the middle of the woods. It is in the town. There's street lights. You can see a little bit through
Mhm.
glow from the windows. You see it is a large man uh, with lighter skin
Mhm.
and tattoos. He's
Mhm.
bald. There's tattoos everywhere. They're in some type of like wispy, like curling, jagged, like thorns style,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And they're everywhere over his body. And
Mhm.
they're bluish tinged. And you might think they're moving, but you're not sure because he's moving
Mhm.
towards you and he knows where you are. Like he is going towards you. He is not veering off any other direction. He's not looking around. He is he you know
Mhm.
bare chested, but clothed from the waist down.
Okay.
This is what you're noticing. His hands are like clenched
Okay.
in fists, and he is like determinedly speed walking at you.
Okay.
Little stompy stomp to
Okay.
him.
Okay.
That's all you can really notice about him at this
Okay.
point.
Okay.
He's within like 10 feet of you because he's
Okay.
immediately when he heard and or saw a little bit of light or anything, he was like going.
Okay.
So, what would you like to do?
Oh.
Keep in mind, you took in all this information that of what you're seeing within like a couple seconds.
um, I'm going to.
Is there any question? You can ask me questions because this is like D&D style, right? This is paused right this second before you make a
Okay.
decision. And you can like I am the dice here for you to
Okay.
roll. But your dice is a bitch, keeping that
Okay.
in mind. So I'm going to decide whatever I want. But
Okay.
I have an idea of what's going to happen. And you can ask questions because you're not seeing what I'm creating in my head here, right? Of this
No.
scenario. So
No.
you ask questions like I did with you in the other scenario to figure out where things are, what you can, like what's going on, kind of style
Okay.
thing. If
So
you
you
don't
said
know,
he's coming towards me.
yes.
The light is still behind me in the kitchen.
Yeah, that has not changed.
Okay.
What's changed is there's no longer the creaky slow sounds and the
Okay.
moving of furniture.
Okay. Is ooh,
You would probably assume he was the one making the noise because, as you
yes.
saw, when he moved, you heard that creaking,
Okay.
and the furniture. You didn't see any furniture moving from what you could see, and you didn't hear that sound while he was in that room.
Okay. So he can see, like it's not blind. The creature is not blind.
You don't know this for sure.
Okay.
You're not omniscient. I know it, but
Okay.
he like your reaction to use the phone with the
Hmm.
noise and the light, he has that changed what he was doing in the room.
Okay.
So he's
Okay.
coming straight towards you. He's not looking around. He's not veering off, like wandering, like where am I looking for something? He's
Okay.
coming directly at you, eyes trained on you. You
Okay.
can't tell if he's like got eyes,
Okay.
really, much like, oh, like his eyes look milky or something. You can't tell if there's anything like that. But
Okay.
you can tell that his head is not swiveling.
Okay.
He's like coming at you. He's
Is he
like, this is
making
where I'm going.
any noise?
The only noise that you can tell is coming from him or really going on is like he's speed walking, not
Okay.
controlling the quietness of his steps and the creaking of the floor under his feet. So like
Okay.
stomps and creaks. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay. Is there a cupboard under the stairs?
Mm. Yeah, we'll go with that. There's a cupboard under the stairs, but are you on that side? My brain, I was thinking you were back in the living room area, like in front of the stairs.
No, I went off to the side of the stairs. I'm not in front of the stairs.
Okay, so you're on the side of the stairs. So yeah, there is like a Harry Potter style door cupboard thing,
Okay.
which is for storage
Okay.
under the stairs.
Okay.
So like you guys, when you moved in, would have like checked it all out because Melania has checked everything out. She can't have questions
Mm-hmm.
unanswered. So she's like looked at that, and there's stuff stored, like some old furniture, like old chairs and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
trinkets and stuff from the owner. But
Okay.
there is room that she could have gone in, flicked the little like pull string light
Mm-hmm.
style on, and like crouched, looked around, like spun around in a little circle. So you can fit in there,
Okay.
but it's not much room, and there's nowhere to get else, like out anywhere. So that's the
Okay.
one door in and out.
Okay. Okay.
And he's coming at you, and he's within 10 feet.
Okay.
So
I'm
there's really no other opening except to either go back behind you toward the kitchen living room area, go forward and bump into him, or go left into cupboard.
I'm going to crouch
Okay.
and kind of crab walk.
So as soon as you crouch, his head shifts down to look down to where you are.
Fuck. Okay.
Right? He's still he hasn't changed his speed. He hasn't changed anything. He's still
Mm-hmm.
coming towards you, but you can tell he's now looking down at
Okay.
where you are.
Okay.
And he's now within like 6 feet of you.
Okay. I'm just gonna not move.
Is that what Melania would do
I
with
don't know.
her tactical gear?
Okay. Okay. That's what I want to do is not move. What
Your
she's
choice.
gonna do? What she's gonna do
Mm-hmm.
is she's gonna swing the tactical bat at his head when he gets close enough.
One-handed or two-handed?
Two-handed, because fuck the knife. I'm gonna beat that boy with a bat. Smack.
Yes. And as we know, Melania was a softball player
Yes.
and a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So she can swing a bat.
Mm-hmm.
You swing the bat, it makes contact. There's a clunk of, head hitting aluminum bat.
Mm-hmm.
And he is kind of shifted, that he kind of loses his footing and doesn't fall, but hits the side of the hall. Like, I'm going to assume that you're playing me, so I swing left-handed.
Yes.
So you're knocking him toward the wall, that would be the wall of the kitchen and the dining area,
Okay.
which is away from the stairs.
Okay.
He didn't fall. He did kind of bump into the wall, and he's shaking it off.
Okay.
He's on his feet, though.
Okay. So
Next step, your choice.
next step is I'm going to. Oh,
Did you keep a hold of the bat?
I am holding the bat.
So bat is still within your hands.
Yeah. I'm going to. Is he wearing shoes?
You didn't look down there yet, and it is. Keep in mind, it is like dark house with street lights outside is your only light.
Okay.
So, your choice. Do you want to try to look and see if there's shoes? Roll for your choice if you'd like.
Roll for perception for shoes.
Yeah?
Hang on. I want to do this because this is like D&D. I'm doing this. I'm committing. I'm pulling out my dice.
Bitch, I'm the dice.
What?
I said, bitch, I'm the dice.
Yeah, but I want to roll and see. I'm gonna.
What'd you get?
Okay, I got a nat 1, so I'm gonna look for shoes.
Yeah, that's actually what I was gonna say. Okay, I wasn't gonna go like net 1, but and say it
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not that kind of dice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's how this is gonna go. You look down to waste the time to see if he has shoes on.
Mm-hmm.
You notice it doesn't look like he has shoes on because his pants are dark colored.
Okay.
And feet are the light color of the rest of his skin, and curly tattoo things like the rest of him. And the tattoos look like they are moving, but it is dark. And dark, shadows play tricks on you in the dark.
Yeah.
So is your brain going to go, oh my God, supernatural creature?
Yes, it is. It's gonna go, this is a supernatural creature.
Mm-hmm. So you see feet, and as Melania, you really hate feet as well.
Yes.
They're gross.
Yeah.
He has now had the chance to shake his head to try to shake off this clock,
Mm-hmm.
which was a good solid clock.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know if it's done much damage,
Mm-hmm.
though, because you can't see if he's bleeding or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And he's now looking back at you again
Mm-hmm.
and probably pissed.
Mm-hmm.
And he's looking at you, looking down at his feet. And he
Okay.
is a little confused, if
Okay.
I might say so, but that is an internal thought.
Okay. Hang on.
He is going to reach out to try to grab you now.
Okay.
So he is like, this was probably like a 5 foot wide hallway,
Mm-hmm.
and you were up, like basically up against the stairs, and he is up against the wall. So there's probably 3 or 4 feet in between you. So he's going to have to take a step to actually make a grab.
Okay.
He's now about to lunge. And as you see this, what would you like to do?
Okay. Hang on. Okay.
Rolls dice. This is what she does.
I'm going to duck as he swings towards me.
He's reaching. Yeah, he's reaching towards you. You duck
I'm gonna
into a crouch, or just a
crouch.
little. Like, what are you doing?
I'm gonna crouch down. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna pull out my tactical knife,
Mm-hmm.
unflip it,
Mm-hmm.
jab it in its foot.
Nice thought. He's not swinging at you. He's grabbing. So as you do this, you get the knife out, you swing
Mm-hmm.
down and stab it into his foot.
Mm-hmm.
And it, where's your bat in all this?
I'm still holding my bat in the other hand.
Okay. So you got one hand on knife, one hand with bat.
Mm-hmm.
Knife is shoved into his foot. He makes a kind of noise of pain
Mm-hmm.
with no words that you can recognize.
Okay.
And he does get a hold of you by the shoulders and grabs you and shoves you, like picked up against the wall, cupboard door, stair thing.
Okay.
So he's got you
Okay.
in that shoved hard. And
Okay.
he's like grabbing upper arms to hold you
Okay.
there.
Okay.
And his foot is semi-pinned to the ground with that knife. He's
Okay.
trying to hold you there and pull his foot up out of the ground to like
Okay.
not have it pinned. And because you are a human, you probably could not put that like 6 inches deep into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a tent style peg keeping
Mm-hmm.
him there. He manages to get it out on the second pull.
Okay.
While he's doing this pulling, what do you do?
Okay.
And you're now face to face with him, and
Okay.
the tattoos on his face are definitely moving
Okay.
and definitely blue. And his eyes don't look as normal as a human. They look a little glowy,
Okay.
a little blue glowy, but it's not like, could just be like weird contacts.
Okay.
It's not full on blue glow like a fucking infinity stone. Yeah.
Okay. So he's got me by the upper arms. Can I still move like my lower arms below the elbow?
Yeah, he's got you like, I think midpoint between shoulder and elbow.
Okay.
Pinned. So you can move at like a little T-Rex.
Okay.
And you have one hand, so your hand on the knife is gone because the knife is still in his foot.
Mm-hmm.
But you still have one hand with the bat.
Okay. So I'm. Hang on.
Roll of the dice every time.
I'm going to. Hang on.
You're going to make a choice. This is what you're going to have to do.
I know. I'm trying
This
to
is
think.
you got like 2 to 3 seconds here.
Okay. Okay.
Before
okay,
he's
okay,
going
okay,
to have
okay.
his foot out of ground.
Okay. I'm going to.
Stall. what you're doing.
Gonna headbutt him.
Okay, you're going to attempt to headbutt him, but he is very strong, and you can swing, but you can't get your upper back off of the wall.
Okay.
So you're not going to be able to do anything but clip his chin as he ducks back.
Okay.
Now his foot
So
is out of the
okay.
hold on. His
Okay.
reaction is his
Okay.
foot is now out.
Okay.
The knife is still sort of stuck in it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the blade's probably like 4 inches long.
Mm-hmm.
So when he puts his foot back down on the floor after pulling it out, that knife is gonna wiggle out and
Okay.
fall to the floor next to it.
Okay.
He's not really put off, because imagine if you were stabbed through the foot, pinned to the floor, would you have had more of a reaction than grabbing the person and trying to shake it off?
I mean, I
Much
would.
like a dog, right?
Yeah.
A human like you would,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Melania would be a little perturbed by this as well, you
Yes.
know? So that reaction didn't sit as normal to you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty sure the tattoos are moving now, and as you tried to headbutt him, his eyes have begun to glow more than just like, that's an unnatural contact. They're glowy now. Like
Okay.
there's light protruding from them.
Okay. Okay.
But it does not look like the same light as in the kitchen, though.
Okay.
Now, you're starting to go, this seems familiar.
Mm-hmm.
This seems like something I should have recognized.
Mm-hmm.
But not a normal something, not a real life something, a supernatural TV show something.
Okay.
That's where you're at.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going.
Every time with the dice.
I'm going to.
What is the dice doing for you?
I'm debating my choices depending on how high I roll.
Okay. I can't see the dice, and I'm not controlled by the dice.
Yeah. I'm going
And I
to.
am Mr. Monster, so.
Yeah. I'm going to. Got the
You
shovel
say
in my back.
Jurassic Park theme song. I swear to fucking God.
I'm not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to. Because I still got the bat.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take the bat
Mm-hmm.
with my two hands.
Consider the close quarters.
Yeah, close combat. So this might have
And your
disadvantage.
feet
No,
are
this is
off
a
the
melee
ground.
attack, so no disadvantage with melee attacks.
Your feet are off the ground because he's holding you up, right?
Yep. I'm going to take the bat
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to attempt to jam it in his mouth.
Okay.
So kind of shove it
Interesting.
upwards in his mouth.
Yeah. Interesting concept. You're just gonna end up bumping him with the bat. You don't have much swing.
No, I'm
Because
just
he is,
shoving it upwards. Like I don't want the swing,
yeah,
I just want up motion.
yeah. I should have said not swing, but momentum,
Yeah.
because you are just shoving. I guess, which end of the bat are you shoving at his face?
I was gonna say the bat end, and I'm like, they're both the bat end.
Yeah, like the hit the ball end,
I
right?
hit the
The
ball end in his face.
handle
Yeah.
is in your hands, right?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. So you're just like, I don't know, hitting his up in his face, which will just kind of clip his jaw, like his
Mm-hmm.
chin,
Mm-hmm.
his chinny chin,
Mm-hmm.
like hitting the ceiling when your roommate's being too loud, or like, to be like,
Mm-hmm.
keep it down up there. That's
Yeah.
what the kind of reaction you get. He's just like, the fuck is that? But in his, in the reaction, he doesn't
Mm-hmm.
speak.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, huh. But it
Okay.
has very much less effect than the knife to the foot and the beautiful softball swing you did to his head. He
Okay.
then grabs tighter to your arms
Mm-hmm.
and pulls you toward him, and then slams you back into the wall.
Okay.
And your head hits
Okay.
on the back,
Okay.
and everything goes black.
Okay.
Yeah. So now you wake up.
Mm-hmm.
It is daylight.
Mm-hmm.
You are on the floor
Mm-hmm.
where you have been hit into the wall.
Okay.
There is no one around that you can see. Everything looks normal,
Mm-hmm.
but it looks new and fresh and clean. Like everything was like cleaned up, like things were reupholstered, fresh paint on
Mm-hmm.
everything. Everything looks more modernized. It doesn't look like the old furnished house that you rented, which looked like 70s, 80s old stuff that was like barely keeping it together. This
Okay.
looks, oh, now this old house has been completely modernized, new furniture and everything. Old furniture has been reupholstered, everything like that. There's no like more cracks or like wallpaper that's like fraying. It's all
Mm-hmm.
very new and modern. Everything looks fresh and clean and shiny,
Mm-hmm.
and it smells better. Like it
Mm-hmm.
smells like new house.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing around you. You are wearing the same clothes
Mm-hmm.
that you were wearing. You have no weapons or tactical gear or anything on you. Only thing on you is your tactical phone
Mm-hmm.
in your tactical leggings pocket. You still
Mm-hmm.
have one sock on, and the house is quiet, and you can hear birds chirping outside like it's day, like morning time.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're on the floor. You're not hurt.
Okay.
Your head, like you're not really injured. Your head kind of hurts, more like you got a
Mm-hmm.
headache.
Mm-hmm.
Then took a real bad blow to the head. You don't
Mm-hmm.
have any bruises or injuries that are visible. You just kind of like waking up, your head feels a little off, more like when you wake up from a hangover,
Mm-hmm.
like from a night of drinking. You're kind of like hungover and you kind of got like achy, kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, why did I
Mm-hmm.
sleep on the floor? My head kind of hurts. That's
Mm-hmm.
what so far. Only sound you hear is just nice, quiet, serene, but like little chirpy birds.
Okay.
What you want to do?
I am going to go upstairs
Mm,
and check on Raquel.
okay. So do you want to knock on her closed door? Do you want to barge in? What would you like to do?
I'm going to knock and then I'm
Okay.
going to go, I'm coming in.
Okay. Yep. So you do that. She's in there, uh, kind of at her desk slash gaming station.
Mm-hmm.
Takes her headphones off and looks at you, and she's like, "What's going on?" And she's like, got books out because she's studying,
Mm-hmm.
and she looks fine, normal. Her room looks very modernized and shiny and nice, like downstairs,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's decorated the way she's had it. But again, everything looks cleaner and nicer and newer.
Okay. I kind
She's
of
just like, "Hey,
just
what's going on?"
look at her, kind of go, just making sure you're all good.
She's like, "Why do you have one sock when you're in your tactical leggings
No.
and your tactical shirt? And you only have one tactical sock."
Don't worry about it.
Mm, okay. So
I'm
she's looking at you like you're a little weird, but that's the normal. So
mm-hmm. I'm gonna go back downstairs to the kitchen and see if the light's still there actually.
so before you leave, she's like, "Wait, hey, wait, Melania, did you she's like, "Are you still doing that book signing tomorrow?
Huh?
Your book signing for
What
your,
book?
your seventh novel that they're turning into a a Netflix show?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Your life?
I I
Your
I,
career?
I
Established author? Multi-millionaire? Did you like
uh,
hit your head or are you drunk?
I hit my head.
You don't even drink, Melania. Like, what's up?
I
Oh,
hit
oh,
my
you hit your
head.
head.
Yeah.
Were you practicing with your tactical shovel again?
Uh,
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna study
Huh?
here. I know I usually study out in the library, but like I figured you might want that space to meet with your agent for the book signing tomorrow. So like I'm just like I'm gonna stay in the room.
Eh?
I know you must be pretty put off because you don't like strangers or even people like up in your space. So I canceled that party I was gonna throw this weekend. Like we're gonna go to a bar instead. Don't worry about it. They're not gonna be in the house.
Eh?
By the way, thank you so much for letting me live here, even though you're a multimillionaire who doesn't need a roommate.
Huh?
Yeah. Okay. So what would you like to do?
I'm so
Raquel puts
confused.
her headphones back on and goes back to studying.
I'm gonna go to the kitchen and look for the light.
Okay, so you go down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing creaks.
Mm-hmm.
Everything looks fixed.
Mm-hmm.
You go into the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like the kitchen, except all the old shitty appliances, including the old fridge that was like old 50s style, like bubbly
Mm-hmm.
looking fridge, right? Is all replaced with all these new shiny stainless steel state of the art shit. And the door that would have been like old creaky wooden door that blocked the kitchen from the dining room, that's no longer there. Like that wall has been knocked down. It's now a complete open concept space.
Mm-hmm.
No more creepy old wallpaper that was peeling and probably had bugs in the walls because they were convinced of it. So like it looks all redone.
I'm so confused.
Mm-hmm. And that's the reaction you're having, and you're going, the fuck just happened? So would you like to know some things of like, what is your reaction? Are you saying last night happened, didn't happen, this is normal, last night was the weird thing? What is your reaction? Because you've been living in a house for 4 days at this point that did not look like this.
I'm so confused as to what happened, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
did we buy a new house?
It's definitely like you can tell it's the same house.
Okay.
It's like as if it was completely redone, and Raquel has just said you own it, and you have a library.
I am going to.
And by the way, this is set on today's date.
Okay.
So the information you just got about Melania's life on today's date, does this match with what you knew?
No.
No. So do you believe this is the normal and this is the reality, or was last night creepy tattoo moving man reality?
That was reality. This is not.
Okay. So you are gonna I don't know, are you gonna just like live this life out? Are you gonna try to figure out what's going on? What would you like to do?
I mean, at this point, it's kind of like, I mean, I'm a successful author. I got a library. I'm getting Netflix deals. Like,
Mm-hmm.
kind of just go and live it out.
Yeah. Okay. So you're just kind of looking around and be like, okay, well, this is fine. You hear a door open and loud footsteps, like heavy footsteps, and it sounds like from the area of the front door.
Oh no.
And what would you like to do when you hear that?
I'm going to turn around.
Okay. You turn around and facing, I guess, the sound where the noise is coming from, that area.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So it's coming from that area. You can see out into the living room area.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and somebody is going to come in and walk into the kitchen. And it is a very large, tall man with grayish, Caucasian style skin, but a little gray, like a little bit off from the norm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's got blue tattoos
Oh, fuck
all
me.
over his body. He's bald. He's very handsome, though. Very handsome. I should point that out. The tattoos don't move.
Okay.
He is dressed in like a button-down shirt, sleeves
Mm-hmm.
rolled up, pants, shoes.
Mm-hmm.
There are shoes.
Mm-hmm.
But he's removing them at the door,
Okay.
like at the mat by the door
Okay.
before he comes into this. So he's just gonna have his socks, and he's like, "Hey, honey, I'm home."
Huh?
You sound like when you got hit with the bat, the bad guy. That sounds like that's the sound I made. He's like, "Are you okay?" I got home from work. Is your agent here yet? Do I miss her?
Uh,
And he's like, "Are you okay? Like, you're being a little weird. Did you sleep okay last night?" And he comes over to like give you a hug and a kiss on the cheek.
I'm gonna push him away.
You're like, whoa, I'm sorry, I didn't ask, but you thought it was, are you okay?
No. No, I'm not okay. Who are you?
I'm your husband.
I'm not married.
This is not funny.
I'm not married. I don't like men like that. I don't like people like that.
I feel you told me you're straight demisexual. So this is like, I get it. You're usually funny and dramatic, but this is dramatic, but it's not that funny. Can we cut this out?
No.
Where's Raquel? Is she filming this?
No. No.
Are you constipated?
Maybe.
The voice. Your voice sounds a little. Are you okay?
No.
Do you need a doctor?
I need to
Are you
leave.
injured?
I need to leave. We need to leave.
But what about Janet?
I don't fucking care about Janet. I don't care about you. You're not my husband. This isn't real.
Okay, like, I think you did hit your head yesterday.
You
Right?
pushed me into the wall and made me hit my head.
I tried to catch you. You were on the swinging on the ladder in the library, the rolling ladder that you insisted was put in like Beauty and the Beast.
No.
I said, don't swing on that.
No.
I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. Shut up, James.
No.
And I was like, okay, you know, happy wife, happy life.
No.
And you fell. I tried to catch you. You did hit your head. I think
You
maybe
pushed
you
me
should
into
lie
the
down.
wall.
I think maybe you should lie down.
No, don't touch me.
I'm not touching you.
Don't touch me. Don't come anywhere near me.
I can't. I'm gonna just.
You need to leave this house.
I'm gonna go up to our room.
No.
No,
I'm gonna grab a kitchen knife and stab him.
Okay, and he's going to like disarm you and like hold you in like a lock where you're back against his chest, and he's like got the knife away and he's like, honey, I really think something is happening here, that you're
No. I'm gonna attempt to kick him in the
right
shins. I'm gonna attempt to kick him in the shins with my heels.
Yeah, well, he's very large, so he's not gonna let that happen. He's like got you in like a jiu-jitsu style lock here. You're not getting out of here. He calls, he pulls out his cell phone and
I'm
calls.
gonna bite his arm. I'm gonna bite his arm.
Okay, you bite his arm, and he does react. He makes a noise.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Bitch.
Yeah, and then as you do that, the scene around you flickers, and you see for a second the way you know the house to be old and gross.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the difference between like a black and white versus a overly colored sitcom level coloring that you were in, right? That was too good to be true.
Yes.
It flicks and shimmers and then like goes back to the normal of the beautiful sitcom. And you are cut to like, you like close your eyes like in a blink, and all of a sudden you are up in your bed in the beautifully colored room that is very stylized the way Melania would like it. but
Mhm.
over dramatic colors. It is beautifully nice, modern, and
Mhm.
you're in this very extra large version of the room. Like it's
Mhm.
like you knock down walls for other rooms. You have a big walk-in closet of every shade of black you can think of hung up
Mhm.
in there.
Mhm.
And he is sitting by your bedside holding your hand while a doctor in a lab coat with a stethoscope, very stereotypical looking doctor,
Mhm.
has a clipboard and is talking.
I pull my hand away from his.
And he lets it. And he's like, Doctor, I don't know what's going on. I'm really worried. Maybe the stress of all the books and the TV show, and she's under deadline. Maybe this is really affecting her. And the doctor is like, we should put her in a psych ward. And James is like, no, 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 not that. Like, she's much more comfortable here at home, right? I think
No,
this
put
is
me in the
just the
psych ward.
stress.
Put me in the psych ward. Take me to the psych ward. I need to be in the psych ward. I want to take me to the psych ward. I don't want to be anywhere near him.
Mm-hmm. And okay, you're thinking, what the fuck happened? So they're like, we're gonna leave you alone for a minute. Like, we'll step out, and
Mhm.
they're gonna go have a conversation
Mhm.
with you not present. So you're lying in the bed right now.
Mhm.
Nothing is restraining you. You're just in the
Okay.
bed.
Okay.
And you start to wonder what the fuck happened earlier, sometime earlier, of the kitchen thing when you bit his arm
Mhm.
and the world shifted. Like
Mhm.
it changed for a second, flashed back to what you thought it looked like
Mhm.
before.
Mhm.
That reminds you of an episode of Supernatural
Mhm.
where there were many times actually throughout the series that they thought they were in one place that looked too good to be true,
Mhm.
but were actually in a bad place. And there was an episode with a creepy looking guy, definitely not a very attractive one,
Mhm.
with blue tattoos that moved and
Mhm.
glowing eyes, and his hands glowed too.
Mhm.
But you didn't notice this guy's hands glow at any point.
Mhm.
The monster version,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
The happy sitcom level version has no supernatural qualities looking to
Mhm.
him at all. He's just a very tattooed man.
Mhm.
Um, so you're going, what the hell was that episode about? You remember it was called a Jinn, Djinn, and it was like
Oh.
bad man genie, and it made you think you were in a very happy, wonderful place,
Mhm.
while in reality your body was not doing what your mind was saying it's doing.
Mhm.
Your body was being blood drained by Monster Man. While in Happy Fun Time World, you lived out an ideal scenario, or that's what Sam and Dean did. But you
Okay.
don't remember what they did to get out of it.
Mhm.
You just remember, oh yeah, that was a gin. And it wasn't real. The stuff in Dream World was not real. You
Mhm.
remember that.
Mhm.
But you're like, what the fuck did they do? Because Sam and Dean survived the episode. And
Mhm.
not the usual way of everybody dies all the time and they keep coming back from the dead and it's getting ridiculous.
Mhm.
Right? 15 seasons of it. Right? But they survive it and actually fight it and live in some way. But you don't remember how they fight it or even if they fought it.
Mhm.
Just that they somehow address the issue and survive the episode.
Mhm.
Knowing all of that information to you right now, because you know the Jinn creates these dreamlike memories,
Mhm.
not memories, but like dreamlike scenario that you're living out. It's ideal
Mhm.
in your mind while your body sits stationary, being blood drained.
Mhm.
And it can be for long, long periods of time.
Mhm.
Time doesn't match up in dream world versus real world.
Mhm.
Because you might be alive a week in real world while being blood drained, but dream world might be your entire life that you're watching.
Mhm.
So you've got all this information and you're like, fuck, why didn't I pay more attention to that episode and how they got out of it? So, what are you thinking so far?
I am thinking, because I'm like, okay, I hit my head
Mm-hmm.
and then I woke up in this world.
Mm-hmm.
So my thought process is if I hit my head again,
Mm-hmm.
I'll wake up in the other world.
Okay. So you've thought this. What would
Mhm.
you like to do? You're left alone in your large, beautiful bedroom that you have shared with your oddly tattooed husband. And
I
he's gone out with the doctor somewhere, and you don't know how long it's been since arm bite incident and
mhm.
lie in bed.
Okay. So I think what I want to do, because I'm like, I should, a part of me is like, I should just hit my head. And I'm like, no, that seems like a stupid idea.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do,
I don't hear a dice roll anymore. This is interesting. You throw all the dice.
I did. I rolled all my dice. Okay.
You might need them all.
Okay. Actually, I know what type of dice I need to roll. I don't need to roll that. I'm gonna do percentiles. Ooh, okay. 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 Okay.
What?
Is there anything in the room with me? Like, is there anything sharp?
You are in regular room that you had that's been
Hmm.
upgraded to be the ideal version. What Melania would think would be the ideal version of everything,
So do I
right?
have tactical things near my nightstand?
Would that be Melania's ideal room? Would that be her ideal equipment?
I assume it would be.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anything you can dream up as the ideal thing
Hmm.
that Melania would own or have happening, that's what's happening.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna reach into the nightstand. I'm gonna take out one of the many tactical knives that are in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hide it under the cupboards.
They are engraved with her initials, of course.
Of course, I'm gonna hide it
Mm-hmm.
under the covers and wait for my gin of a husband and the doctor to come back in.
Mm-hmm. So you hear footsteps in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
You hear voices.
Mm-hmm.
It's now um, man doctor James, the
Mm-hmm.
husband,
Mm-hmm.
and Raquel talking. And
Okay.
Raquel's talking like she was acting a little weird this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like she didn't seem to remember that she was doing a signing or anything, or that
Mm-hmm.
Janet was coming by to meet with her. She was a little like unfocused and she's looking at me. I was a little worried,
Mm-hmm.
but I thought she was just messing with me. And they're like, no, no, I think she did hit her head yesterday. I'm worried, right? That's kind of their
Mm-hmm.
conversation. They then open the door and all come in the room,
Okay.
all three of them,
Okay.
and uh, like they look worried,
Mm-hmm.
but like trying to hide it,
Mm-hmm.
like anything.
Mm-hmm.
And Raquel like asks you, she's like, "Hey, how you feeling?"
Just gonna stare at her and be like, "You're not real."
Oh, okay. James was telling me uh, that
James, not
you hit your head
real.
yesterday. We're worried.
He pushed me into a wall.
No, that's not what happened. You know, that you fell off the ladder. You were
He
swinging on it
pushed
again.
me into a wall.
You might have fallen into a wall. You were swinging pretty fast.
He pushed me into
Okay.
the wall.
And like Raquel's like looking at James and the doctor like back and forth and kind of looking like I really am like we're worried. Like they're like worried looks on all their faces and they're just like, what are we gonna do? And the doctor's like, I really think that she needs some bed rest, that maybe some days off, you know. Um, maybe push that deadline back. I think this is really just a product of stress and a bump to the head. I don't see any signs of concussion or anything really to worry about. I think some rest and relaxation is really what she needs. So the doctor just like packs up his shit and leaves.
Battle cry. I'm gonna jump out of the bed, run at James, and attempt to stab him.
I assume you brought the knife.
Yes.
Attempt to stab him, realize his knife isn't in hand.
No, I haven't.
No.
And I run up and I'm gonna attempt to stab him.
Okay, and you, having done the battle cry, you have notified him of your intentions. He disarms you. The knife is tossed to the other side of the room, out of your reach. He puts you in a hold, and he tries to talk you down again like he does in the kitchen.
I'm gonna bite him again.
He is prepared for this time, and he's got you in a hold that you cannot reach any part of him, because he's got your arms held behind your back this time. And he's like, got you in a hold there where you really can do much but shimmy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's being very careful not to let you dislocate your shoulders in this hold. But you can't bite him unless you can turn all the way around, and that's not a possibility here.
I'm gonna
he's trying to
headbutt
talk
him.
you down. Raquel is like trying to got hands up like, Melania, like, calm down. You're okay. You're okay.
Headbutt him.
You can manage to get your head back and butt him, but you're going to hurt your head more than his.
I don't care. I want to headbutt this motherfucker.
Yeah, and you do that, and he's like, Melania, what are you doing? Right? Like, you're okay. You're okay.
I'm gonna headbutt him again.
Calm down. You're going to hurt yourself. And
I'm gonna headbutt him again.
He's now standing at his full height, which is way too tall for you to headbutt him without some serious jumping. Remember, he's like 2 feet taller than you.
He's holding me though.
Yes, but he's no longer leaning over you more, right? He's got his head back because he's learned what to do. Now, everything goes dark. You wake up, again, lying in the bed. No one's around.
Mm-hmm.
You hear sounds downstairs. You hear plates, kind of like some metal pan sounds, like clanging type of thing, and people talking, and it sounds like a man and a woman. And you're up in the bed wearing lovely black silk pajamas, and you have on your nightstand a book that says it's by Melania Flynn.
Mm-hmm.
You open it, and you see that it's number 25 of her published works.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And you also see on the wall is a beautiful poster of the toy maker. And it's an official poster from the first printing back in the early 2020s.
Okay.
When this came out and became a hit Netflix show, and everybody and their dog was Scotty for Halloween.
Okay.
And you're filled with good memories.
Okay.
Of that happening. Actual memories of it. And you look down, you have a beautiful black diamond ring.
Oh my God.
Very large. But not ostentatious. Very goth. Right up your alley in style-wise. And you remember your wedding day. And your black wedding dress. And how there were no people there.
Okay.
It was just you and your husband. And no people. But your animals were there.
Mm-hmm.
And you put your dog in a tux. And it was very cute. Took some nice photos.
Mm-hmm.
You had some time with friends and family afterwards and stuff. But you didn't have to deal with people too much. It was great. And in the reception time that you had was the only time the people were there. You played the most emo music, and it was grand. Your family was horrified, and you enjoyed that. And you're in a more pleasant mood. And you go downstairs, and there's Raquel. She looks older. maybe 5, 10 years older now.
Okay.
So does James.
Mm-hmm.
James is cooking. There's bacon. It's a good time for breakfast, right? And he's
Mm-hmm.
like, honey, you're up. I made breakfast. And Raquel's like, I came over for breakfast. We're having brunch, right? Because she now lives down the street.
Okay.
And she's brought her husband.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And they're
Okay.
sat at the table, and everything is good. And you feel pleasant. You don't feel like you want to murder anybody. This feels normal. This feels nothing out of the ordinary, except a
Okay.
little twinge in your stomach of like something's off.
Mm-hmm.
But everything is as you imagine it would be.
Okay.
Everything is perfect, and it is the same house.
Okay.
Now, what would you like to do?
Okay. I'm going to go back upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to lock the door to the bedroom.
So like you hear as you're leaving, they're
Mm-hmm.
like, what? Like Raquel and unnamed husband
Mm-hmm.
are like, where's she going? And James is like, oh, like she probably just forgot. She'll be back in a minute, right? Kind of thing. Trying to
Mm-hmm.
cover, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You go back up the stairs. What would you like to do?
Okay. Okay.
You're gonna laugh when I tell you what you needed to do.
I'm
Because I picked this. It's perfect.
going to lock the door to the
Mm-hmm.
bedroom. I'm going to go over to the nightstand.
Mm-hmm.
Going to open it. I assume there's tactical knives.
I mean, you took one of them in the earlier scenario, and you go in,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like embossed. Some are like beautiful silvers and blacks and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
there's like one that you pull out, and it has an inscription, and it has something like a nice little quote from like one of your favorite songs, and like "Love James" is engraved on it.
Okay. I'm I'm going to think about this and I'm going to be like, this might not work,
Mm-hmm.
but it may work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stab myself
Where?
in the stomach.
Okay. Are you aiming for anything?
I'm going to aim for like my kidney-ish area.
Which is notoriously located in the stomach
Yes, it is.
from the front.
Yeah.
Okay, you try to aim for your stomach kidney.
Mm-hmm.
What do you just push it straight in? Do you move it around? Are you trying to slice? What are you doing?
I'm trying to like move it around. Like I stab it in and I twist it. Then I
What
kind of
is your goal with this stab, by the way?
to kill myself.
Okay, and you think the stomach? That's how everybody commits unaliving.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, the stomach kidney is what you're aiming for. So
Mm-hmm.
you're doing this. You're dragging it around. There's blood going everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you're bleeding out. You're getting woozy,
Mm-hmm.
and there's stomping
Mm-hmm.
coming up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And James is yelling, "Please, please, honey, don't! What's going on?"
Okay, I'm gonna
And
withdraw
then,
the knife
mm-hmm,
and I'm gonna stab it in my heart.
okay, and you'll
And
have
I'm
to
gonna
kind of
twist.
deal with the sternum. You got to worry about that and try to aim for that.
Okay.
And remember, you know something about anatomy here and how to kill things because here you do weird research. You write horror.
Okay. I'm gonna start to go that and I'm like, no, there's another way. I'm gonna slit my
Only
throat.
one. Yeah, okay, so the door, in this time, somebody is smacking into the door over and over, and it's just James.
Mm-hmm.
He bursts through the door as your mid-slit throat.
Okay.
And you slit your throat, the blood's pouring out. He goes, no! And his voice sounds more like Monster than James, right? It's like,
Okay.
no! Right? And he comes over and he's like trying to grab at your throat to like put pressure. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's walking towards you, but everything goes black.
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately it's like you blink, and when your eyes open, you're in dirty place. Back
Okay.
into your regular house in a
Okay.
dirty place,
Okay.
lying in the hallway with
Okay.
all of your tactical gear for when you got your head clocked.
Okay.
But you are lying there, and there is like an IV looking thing
Mm-hmm.
draining blood from you,
Mm-hmm.
exsanguinating you,
Mm-hmm.
as an author word for blood draining.
Yes.
Um, and you feel like absolute dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
You are like looking down at your hands and stuff. You are pale.
Mm-hmm.
You've always been pale, but like
Mm-hmm.
you look like more ashen.
Mm-hmm.
You feel weak.
Mm-hmm.
You, your head hurts like hell. You
Mm-hmm.
have bruises on your upper arms. You
Mm-hmm.
still have one sock on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but your gear is strewn around you.
Okay.
And you don't see or hear anything around you to indicate anyone's around.
Okay.
So, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna rip the IV out.
That hurt, but sure.
YOLO.
You got a
YOLO
little bit of blood
twang.
sprayage because it
Yep.
was tapped into a vein. But again, it's not too bad. It's not
Mm-hmm.
anything that's going to bleed you out.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do after you pull it out?
I'm gonna stand up.
You try to get to your feet. It takes a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a couple minutes. You're wobbly,
Mm-hmm.
but you're up
Mm-hmm.
with having to support yourself on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And in your getting up, the wood is kind of creaking.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear anything around to indicate anybody's coming or anything, though.
Okay.
It's daylight.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I'm going to burn the house to the ground. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I really hope so if you're inside it when you decide to burn it to the ground. That's probably not a good time.
Probably gonna like breathe a sigh of relief.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up the IV looking thing.
Do what the fuck with it?
I'm gonna throw it in the trash.
Okay. The trash can is in the kitchen.
Yes,
You're
I'm going
to take this to the trash can in the kitchen. Your IV with a bag of your blood.
Yes.
Okay. You walk or stumble to the kitchen because you are having to support yourself by
Mm-hmm.
holding the walls, and you make it there, stumbling, making noise and creaking. And as you turn the corner, there in the kitchen is monster version of James with his tattoos moving, his no shirt. He's still ripped. Like, he still looks pretty good. But, like, he's definitely grayer
Mm-hmm.
than James. He's looks more monstrous. His features look less human and
Mm-hmm.
more kind of broader and animalistic. And
Mm-hmm.
his eyes have that little bit of a blue glow.
Mm-hmm.
And he is sitting at the table drinking from a blood bag.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks up and his eyes meet yours. What would you like to do? Keep in mind, you are still weak.
I know.
You didn't pick up any of your gear that was strewn around you. You do have a tactical rope still tied around you
Yep.
and a cell phone in your pocket.
Yep.
That is what you have,
Yep.
and one sock.
Yep.
What would you like to do before he decides if he's moving or not?
I'm gonna fucking yeet the cell phone at his head.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, Rachel's taken over this one now. It's no longer Melania piloting this. Yeah, so you yeet the cell phone at his head. It bounces off him, and he like shakes his head and looks like slightly perturbed.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fuck was that? Like a fly
Mm-hmm.
flew at his face,
Mm-hmm.
and he drops the blood bag
Mm-hmm.
that has squirted him in the face because he was drinking it like a Capri fucking Sun. And he drops it and looks very upset.
Mm-hmm.
Blood is strewn down his face because he
Mm-hmm.
was really into it.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at you, and then he stands up
Mm-hmm.
fast.
Mm-hmm.
And you are weak.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, you blood loss, and you are holding yourself up against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes a step towards you. What would you like to do?
I am going.
You have rope and fashion.
I'm going to tie the rope into a lasso.
I'm sorry. Now you look like Raquel in Melanie's clothes.
And I'm
But
going
sure.
to.
Okay, you tie into a lasso. He's now within 5 feet of you. He has stomped towards you in that way he did that night. The night you met. It's so romantic.
Gross. I'm going to.
His eyes are glowing brighter, and his hands have begun to glow.
Going to
But you
hobble
have
out
a
of.
lovely lasso at this point.
I'm going to throw the lasso to see if I can get it around his neck.
It goes toward him, but you have no lasso skills. So this circle of rope hits him in the chest, has no effect on him.
Mm-hmm.
He continues towards you, and he grabs you by the arms again and spins you and hits you into the cupboards, like
I'm
up
going
against the cupboard.
to. So I'm like, my back is to him.
No, your back is up against the cupboards. Like he's
Okay.
pinned you like he did in the stairway.
I'm going to look him in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
He's got my arms pinned, I'm assuming.
By upper arms, yeah. Same thing. You're in the same scenario.
I'm still holding the rope, though.
You have one end of the rope in one of your hands, and the
Okay.
other loopy end is about 6 feet behind him.
Okay. I'm going to take.
And you are a weak woman. You have been blood drained in a time scenario that we don't know because time in the dream does not match time outside. You could have been 5 minutes, could have been 5 days, 5 weeks. Who the fuck knows?
I'm going to.
And this is not how Sam and Dean did this.
Take the rope.
So the kill yourself to wake up. Is that hilarious how I picked something that you would have to pull a Rachel to get out
Right? I'm going to take the rope.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to wrap it kind of around him.
With your little T-Rex arm situation.
My T-Rex arms.
You can't get it around him. He's too big, and you do not have enough use of your arms.
I'm going to bite his arm.
You try to reach for that. You can't get there. Your eyes are getting heavy, and everything goes black, and then all of a sudden,
Fuck me.
you wake up in your beautiful bedroom. Everything is fantastic and ideal, and you are in your old age and you look over to your right as you lie in your bed with machines beeping and, hospital style equipment in your beautiful bedroom, and an aged version of the lovely version of James is holding your hand and saying, "Sweetheart, you can rest now." And your eyes shut and you die.
Damn.
But you died in a happy place.
Did I, though?
Yeah, it was a beautiful dream state that you were in. But when you die in the dream, if
You
it's
die
not
in
by your
real
own
life.
hands, if you kill yourself in the dream, you save yourself and wake up to fight the poison.
Mm-hmm.
If you die in any other way, including old age or something, you die in real life. So
Rip.
time in the dream was probably the week or so it took for him to bleed you out. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it skipped into different ages because you were living out your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay. You were a famous author and you did great in dream state that didn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't understand why you don't understand there's a door to go outside. When you wake up, having been captured and bled out by monster or serial killer, any type of aggressor, you don't say, "I'm going to go out the front door." You go, no. Before I get to the front door, I'll stop, turn into the kitchen to investigate why there was a blue light, which was just the fridge door open, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really awful that you didn't check that out. But you checked it out days later after being held hostage.
Mm-hmm.
And said, "You know what? I'm weak and I'm possibly dying from blood loss. I want to go see who left the fridge door open."
Mm-hmm.
So you just stopped to go there instead of going straight out the door.
Yep.
To the street in daylight where you can make a big old scene and be like, "I've been held hostage." And just get to safety. If you made it out the door, I would have let you live. But you turned around and said, no, this is my Wild West moment. I will have a Jessie from Toy Story moment. Yeah. I have my rope and I haven't used it yet. So
Have my rope and my wits.
Yeah.
That's all
I even purposely said all your gear is strewn around you on the floor and you're like,
mm-hmm.
I don't need the shovel, don't need the bat or the knife.
Mm-hmm.
That were semi-effective.
Mm-hmm.
I need my rope and my wits.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's all I needed.
I was so proud of you for the killing yourself way out of it, though. That you did it. Because I was like, I picked that because I was like,
mm-hmm.
Rachel's going to have to do what I would do. And doing what I would do is not killing yourself
mm-hmm.
in a scenario where you're obviously being held hostage with something weird, right?
Yeah.
Counterintuitive, but it's exactly what you would do.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be like, I need to get out of this scenario. I know.
End my suffering.
Yeah. I'm surprised you fought him so much, though. Maybe into what would Melanie do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wanted to cut a bitch. What can I say?
I mean, it was going so well until no, don't need to go outside or escape to safety. I'll stick around and see, but show him my knot tying skills.
Well, here's the thing. In my defense, I did not think he would stick around. I thought maybe he would come in, grab a blood bag, and then disappear.
You're still hooked up to the machine pulling the blood from you.
Yeah, but I figured he'd come in, take the blood bag when it's full, put another one on, and leave. Okay?
Leave the entire house?
Yes!
Because that's what happens when somebody wants your blood for some reason?
Listen.
They're like, I'll leave the money-making blood donor, or whatever they're going to use it for, there, unattended, and fuck off. I'll come back a day later and see if it's full. I got shit to do.
It's kind of what they do when I give blood. They plug you in.
I gotta go work at Walmart.
And they leave you till your donation's done. So,
Yeah, and I mean, he really set you up the same way. Like, he was like, absolutely, come sit in the nice chair. Would you like a blanket? Here's a cookie for donating. He really set you up like that, yeah.
Oh
I don't know, maybe
boy.
you should have used the dice.
Maybe I should have used the dice. I didn't use them for that.
Yeah,
Could
the dice would have been like, hey, don't try to, I don't know,
have.
throw a lasso at him and then, like, try to tie him. Like,
Hmm.
you have no use of your arms, really. How are you supposed to wrap? What were you going to do even if you could get your arms around him with the rope?
Listen, my original plan was if I got him around a lasso, what I was gonna do is I was gonna tie it to something and have him be like leashed.
A bat to the head, a metal bat to the head, and a knife through his foot and into the floor doesn't stop him. I know, I'll tie one of his legs and, like, leash him to something, and he'll just, like, bob around at the end of his leash like a chain chomp
Yes.
and not be able to do anything.
Yes.
That'll stop him. The logic.
Oh boy. Again, I have no self-preservation even when I have to cosplay as Melanie.
Oh, you did so well for like 90% of that. And then you were like, I've done too well for too long. And the Rachel move worked. So I'm going to go full Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, that was your problem. You got one little bit of effectiveness there on the
Mm-hmm.
Rachel move, and you said, this is where I'm going.
Yep. The parasites in me wanted to do the Rachel.
So, listeners, what we've learned today is if you are in a life-saving scenario, a near-death issue, do not do the Rachel.
Don't do the Rachel.
Always think, what would Melanie do? WWMD.
Be like Melanie. Have self-preservation. Don't be like Rachel. And sing Jurassic Park unless you want to die.
Where can they find us if they want to hear more of this shenanigans?
So you can find us on Instagram. We're Inconsistent Podcast 1. You can find us on Facebook. We're Inconsistently Consistent. If you want to email us some stuff, inconsistentpodcast1@gmail.com. If you want to find me specifically, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok _RachelVR_. Been making a lot of D&D related TikToks lately because that's who I am as a person now. I am a D&D TikToker. My last two have been D&D related. If you are looking for something to do between when our episodes go up, again, you can listen to me play D&D on Twitch with some of my friends. You go to twitch.tv/techpriest_con.
And the link will be in the description.
Yeah.
If you want to find me and talk about Supernatural or how I put up with Rachel's just needing to die in every episode we do like this, you can find me at www.melanieflynnbooks.com. You can get my book there of The Toy Maker, the one that's out so far. You could find all my social links.
Mm-hmm.
You can email me. You can message me. I need to know that other people find this disturbing. This is worrying. And then Rachel is like this. Would you have gone for the door, or would you have said, no, I'm a cowgirl now, like Miss Rachel did? I need to know. You can rate us. You can review us. Just, let me know. I need to know.
Mighty kind of y'all if you could rate and review the podcast.
Oh, no.
I'm signing off now, little lady. What?
I'm buying you a lasso for your birthday.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Mm-hmm. A little like plaque under it that says, never use this.
Yay-ho! Bye!
Alrighty then, you cowfolk. Remember to tie up your horses. Now, bye now.